look at our state capitol tonight, now quiet after a protest on the steps that happened today. Furious Bay Area residents found themselves in Sacramento to fight back against a plan to change the rules for homeowners with solar power. John Ramos has more on why they say they feel betrayed.
The California legislature created the demand for rooftop solar 30 years ago, so they probably shouldn't be surprised that there's opposition now that they're talking about taking some of it away. The sun is the source of heat for the planet, and that's especially true in Sacramento these days.
No! AB 942! No! AB 942!
The solar industry and system owners have not been shy about expressing their views about Assembly Bill 942. The bill is authored by Southern California Assembly member Lisa Calderon, who says the 20-year solar incentives created by the legislature no longer work.
Well, they're lying. There's a dozen economists that have completely debunked that claim that somehow solar customers are to blame for high rates.
Dave Rosenfeld heads up the Solar Rights Alliance. They say what's being ignored is all the energy that rooftop solar is providing that the big utilities do not have to pay to create. And they're mad as hell that the state is considering breaking a contract with solar owners.
It refers to the 20-year terms as a guarantee. That's the CPUC's own words. So in every way, for all of this time, the state has been representing this as a contract, as a legal agreement, something that is very, very serious, and people made long-term financial decisions believing the state at its word that it was a guarantee, that it was a contract.
AB 942 initially proposed to cut the 20-year term to 10 years, but the outcry was such that that was removed. Now the argument is over what happens if someone with a favorable contract sells their home. The current rules say the new owner inherits the previous solar agreement. Under 942, they would get a much lower rate for their energy. Kathy Schiffer considers that a betrayal.
And I do want to sell my house in the future, and so this was going to be an addition to my house. It would make it more attractive, and now it won't be that. To me, the whole thing has just kind of fallen apart. The reason to get solar, the financial reason to get solar.
Even under the new proposed rules, a solar power system would still be a better deal than no solar at all. The question is how long it would take for the system to pay for itself and how attractive it may be to buyers when it comes time to sell the home.
The solar advocates originally planned to protest next week, but they moved it to today because they say the legislation is being fast-tracked and it could have been up for a vote as soon as today.